What's up, guys? Welcome back to Brotallion. On today's YouTube video, we're going to be diving in to what to expect when you show up to your first Army aviation flight company. Now, a lot of people show up with these ideas or expectations of what they believe it's going to be, and it doesn't always match up with what it is. And it's so important that you understand kind of the reality versus the expectation, because if you show up to your first unit expecting to do nothing but fly or do nothing but X, Y, or Z, like all you're going to be doing is preparing yourself for failure. So we're going to give you 3 things that we believe at Brotallion are probably the most important things to help you be successful arriving to your first aviation unit. They'll be specific to Army aviation because that's where our experience is. But these 3 things can be pretty generalized for wherever you are going. Number one is going to be show up to your unit eager to learn. When you leave flight school in pretty much any branch, think of it as your license to learn. When you show up to your unit, you really don't know anything about what it is that unit is doing, what it, potentially what their mission set is, and you really don't have any experience from flight school. Flight school is the baseline knowledge of operating an aircraft. When you show up to your unit, you're going to be taught how to properly employ that aircraft for the mission set that that unit is doing. And so it's super important that you show up eager to learn and understanding that what you thought it was going to be may not necessarily be what it is. And that's okay. That's okay. You don't necessarily have to know everything. They don't expect you to know anything other than the basics of what you were taught at flight school. But the expectation is that you're going to study, you're going to show up eager to learn, and you're going to come to work motivated to do that every single day. Number 2, you're probably going to get the fridge fund or some sort of similar additional duty. I think probably the biggest thing that people don't expect, especially people who are prior service or maybe street to seat, they don't know much about how things work. They show up to their aviation unit, whether it's Army or whatever, and they don't really understand all the additional duties that make a flight company happen. And that's going to leave it at that. Accept your additional duties, do them to the best of your ability, and how you are looked at doing your additional duties inevitably will be how you are treated. If you go in with an open mind and give stocking the fridge your all, then so be it. Best thing I can say with that is if you're given a shovel and told to dig a hole, dig the best possible hole that you can possibly dig. Improve it, make it better, and remember that the fridge fund can really build morale, especially during night flights at times when it's really busy. Sometimes that might be that all people have time to be able to grab food out of or a drink out of and things like that. So that all plays in. Make sure that while it seems, a lot of people think it seems below them, there is a bigger reason to it. And how you perform on that basic duty of stocking the fridge oftentimes is how people believe you will perform on everything. So keep that in mind. Number 3, maintain yourself. It says a lot when people show up and they're fit, they're good at, they're studying, and they have their personal affairs in order. You don't want to show up to your unit and be that guy who is super out of shape, failing PT tests, has all kinds of stuff in their life that is prohibiting them from bettering themselves. And I hate to say, but if you're that person and you have all kinds of stuff going on, just start with that. Let your unit know as soon as you get there that you have X, Y, and Z going on. And that way you're not halfway through them putting all this effort into you for you not to be able to adequately perform at the level they expect you to. So those 3 things. The culture in aviation has definitely changed. People are way more accepting, and it's not as brutal when you show up to your first unit, but you do want to show up being eager to learn, because at the end of the day, nobody cares what you did in flight school. They care about what you do when you show up to the unit and how well you're going to perform when you get there. So by all means, walk around and wear those, big sunglasses and look cool, look the part, but be humble, be eager to learn. Make sure your personal affairs and everything are taken care of as best as you can so that you can optimize your time and other people's time that they're putting into you to progress you and build you into that solid mission pilot that you should be. Take whatever additional duty you have and do it to the best of your ability, because that does matter. Till next time, guys, if you like the video, or if you like the video content, be sure to subscribe to the Brotallion YouTube channel, drop a like on the video, hop down in the comments, and let us know the craziest thing that happened when you showed up to your aviation unit. Till next time, guys, thanks again for joining us on the Brotallion YouTube channel.